What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Marked up or down, the market was way up today. And let's check the brokerage account for the public account. Nothing happened. We're almost to sell target here. Almost totally in cash with all of our day trades back. Life is good. But if you're new, have a great evening. And if you're one of the real ones, the bag holders, let's get into the main account. This should be a nice, short, and sweet video. But we have some pretty cool things to discuss. And it should be a pretty good video, so buckle in. All right. First things first was a star of the day. And I made bucks on it. So you can guess what it was. Starbucks, baby. Look at that. Woo-wee! And had I held it longer, I would have made even more, but I was thrilled to death when we come into it. And what I want to talk about real quick here is the fact that with a traditional trading strategy, you would have had entry, and then down here you would have took loss, right, as a stop loss. Then you have entry, and around here somewhere you'd be taking a stop loss, right? And then you would have entry, and maybe you're still in, maybe you take a loss here, and then you miss the whole deal. But I'm a bag holder, okay, which is a derogatory term, but it accurately describes what I do. And in this particular case, not all cases, but this particular case paid off. Just build a position, and then it shot up, big money. Patience pays in the stock market. We've definitely got some gears crossed here on this sucker. So let's make sure we get the spreadsheet up to date. Looks like I've got it. April 25th, which was a long freaking time ago. There it is. So I just double dipped on the spreadsheet. Just delete that sucker. And I'm going to get my cost basis correct, and then we'll get on to the returns, see just how we did. I know we're putting money in the charity, so I'm super excited. I know it's at least that big. And this is where baby size kind of got the better of me as well. So moving forward, that is no longer a thing. Go big or stay on the porch, right? That's probably a Big Dog t-shirt from the 1990s that outlines that in perfect detail. But with the transition of moving my day trade stuff to another brokerage account, it opened up the opportunity for me to pursue options again, and in a safe way. So safe to me. You got your own risk tolerance. I'm not your financial advisor, so you have to figure that one out. But I'm excited about that, getting that back in the rotation. It looks like a 13.41% return here, and we did hold it a long time. So let's check out the annualized returns, 44.48%. I'm happy with that. We just got a dividend here. Looks like we're going to miss the next one, but it's okay. And this frees up capital. We have capital for swing trades, day trades, flip trades, options. It's a big position, big return, and big money into the charity. So big news there. And then the other star of the day is Amcor, and I've held this thing a very, very long time. So this is more of just a moral victory. Not a lot of profits here on this one, but it was such a huge position, and I'm glad that I went through it. I went through Intel, Verizon, a bunch of bag holder type things that just weren't a good use of my time, and that really helps shape my position size. Because if I'm not going to change my behavior after I'm in, I can help reduce risk by limiting the position size. So this was a nice, just standard deal. But you can see it's been going on quite a long time where you've had 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, and it just never quite panned out. But we're finally out, and feels good to be free and keep the streak going. Not too worried about the streak now. We're just get the dollar amounts going so we can get this charity off the ground, and it does contribute to that. I also bought a little bit of Pepsi today, just my war on inflation. I hit the drive-through. The eBay on the second channel link down below is going very well. 1 penny free shipping auctions on eBay. Just trying to spread joy for everybody, right? There's no paywall. And so I was packaging shipments, made a little late to work. So it's good. All these ventures are going off, and the more you do, the more you have. So that's all we have for that. We did have some day trade type stuff. Let's go ahead and switch over there and get in some of that. I try to position myself with these pictures, but I missed one of them. But I did get one on the TMF, which is bonds. So let's go ahead and hit that here on the screen for y'all to look at. And it looks like we were on the 15-minute here, and at the end of the road, and you can see how we ended up at the 70 here. So, well, or here. It was today, so it was here. But it's a little bit of a culture shock getting into the new account, but much needed, right? And so my cost basis is going to be a little messed up on the next one, which was BitX, but it's the best I can do. As good as of a trading app as it is, it really stinks on showing you the position you have amassed by ticker symbol, right? Which is not a problem on literally any of the other brokerages I use, but it is somewhat for this one. So this one, again, they take out the partial shares and then the full shares. Not a huge gainer. That's not a big deal to me. I want something that's regular, repeatable, and relatively safe, because the shorter time frame that the trade is on, the safer it is, in my humble opinion. It was 0.14% gainer. No big deal there. But then we move on to BitX. So let's go ahead and check that out. Here on screen was only on the 5-minute, nice small position. But I'm good with that, right? You can see, boom, 30, 70. Very simple, right? But it works. So I'm good with it. We'll just roughly guesstimate. I know about what it should be, but this brokerage is actually very transparent about the several decimal points behind a penny, and it's kind of nice to see that. But it at the end of the day, it doesn't really help you unless you're trading a lot of shares, right? This was 7.6% return. So a huge gainer, right? And if you look at August and you sum them all up, there have been 8 trades on this account for a total of 17.98%. Let's quickly go against the benchmark here on the monthly. Obviously, that doesn't tell the full story. We'll get into the numbers on that, but the market is down for the month. But even if you take the dollar amounts as a percentage of the total account, it's roughly 1.5% to the upside, whereas the market is 1.5% to the downside, right? And we're still trying to transition the other positions. I'm half in this account and half in the other account, but we're crushing the market. That's all you need to know. The SQs, We had a chance to buy some of that, and we also got a little bit more of gold. So we did have opportunity here. Things are moving in this account. We bought some other stuff too in the other account, but nothing sold. So that's where we're at. So last thing we have to do is go through the swing trade stuff, and we do have money for full size. So if I find something I like, it's on. And I'm not too worried about missing something because we know that there's not an issue with finding opportunity. I can rack it up pretty quick. We're also looking for swing trade entries, right? So anything that's flagged is a candidate. Anything that's not flagged, we're looking for a possible sell, and or maybe it's under the 30 RSI and we need to put a flag on it as well. I was watching this all day. Had a big day. We're huge in profits here, but still room on the RSI with a big gap to fill, so we're going to let it go. And maybe tomorrow, Nike is star of the day. I don't know. What happened here? 29. Walgreens is closing a lot of stores. I saw that in the news. And you can see again, very similar to the Starbucks deal, right? It is shows signs of strength, and then it just kind of wimpies out. But it only takes one catalyst, and then next thing you know, you wake up and you're up crazy money. But you can't. That can never happen to you if you're not in the game. And the shapes and the strategies I use put me in a position where I have a position before it moves up. So I'm not trying to chase the big Starbucks move. I already had a triple lot, right? And I didn't know it was going to go up 23%. But I know the shape, right? So it's a little better than a 50-50 coin flip, and that's good enough for me. Let me know how you're doing too. Most people, they lag the market, but be honest with yourself. Measure apples to apples against the S&P 500. Are you beating the market? And you got to think too, on days like this with the public account, we're paced with the market or beating the market there, but there are a lot of days we do nothing, right? So trading every day doesn't necessarily mean you're going to beat the market. Sometimes it works against you, right? So you got to have a trading plan and a reason and what fors and a little bit of data. And just understand this: if you start trading today and you start crushing it, you won't even really know if your strategy works until you go through a full bull and a full bear cycle, right? So it would take a decade, you know. And that's kind of time I've got into it, and I'm convinced. But I still do minor tweaks here and there, but the overall consensus is the same. So, all right, let's go down to the bottom here. I'm going to start doing the thing I talked about, ABR for the premium content. I'm going to start doing that with all the day trade stuff after it moves over to the other account. I think that's a great opportunity to get some exposure to that kind of a thing. There's strict limitations on bankroll, though. It's so expensive to sell options, but I love it. It's a good route, in my opinions, if you have a good understanding of it and you have the capital to back it up. But of course, you never want to do that stuff on borrowed money, right? So I'm not going to be able to publicly show you guys the dividend growth or anything like that, but we can talk through it. And you know, showing big numbers doesn't help anybody. So we'll talk through the general base concepts. Maybe that's something we take private, just the options part of it, because it's very risky. It's very easy to mess up a small account very quickly doing options. So definitely learn your own stuff, know your stuff, and be conscious of your risk tolerance. Okay. But it's a no-brainer to me, and it's going to start really accelerating the dividends that I collect every month, and that will help grow the investing account, which will help in turn increase my standard of living a little bit. The trading account's going to fund the charity, so not worried about that in the slightest. Things are going so well there. And even though the market's down from the highs, didn't matter. It was very nice for us. So that's good. But eventually start spending some money on myself. And I would, of course, like to leave the workforce again. I think that will happen sooner rather than later. So if you want to help me out, hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed here if you're new. That would help. And we'll just keep giving out free content, you know. If it's helpful, let me know. If it's not, you probably done already left a video. So, but this how it worked for me. I'm liking to keep a little capital for the flip trades. Those are my favorite because they happen so quickly, and you really can turn an account very, very quickly in the right market conditions because you can use the same dollar over and over and over and over and over again. So I like that, but we do have cash. So the market was up today. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see some swing trade opportunities. So far, though, I'm not seeing a whole lot. It looks like a lot of different equities at the top starting to roll over or flag out, and you can see like a top, and then yeah. So very, very much mimicking the markets. Didn't trigger the 30 RSI there on Ecolab or Ecolab. I'm always going to call it Ecolab, probably. So you can roast me down below. What happened with Ross here? Did we hit the 30? No, very close. I still don't understand the business model there. I know they get stuff at a discount and they push it on, but I ask everybody I know about all the companies I own and if they buy their products or whatever, right? And I always get real mixed stuff about Ross. I don't know why people shop there. I don't get it, but I'm glad they do. It's in my investing account. It's a long-term hold for me. A little exposure to retail. Some of these are getting ready to go, and you can see they all would have worked as flip trades, every single one of them. And that's really what I like to do. But also, now I have a watch list for swing trades. So it works out good, and it actually allows me to be more patient because I'm not going to be worried about finding opportunity. Opportunity will always be there. And if all this stuff dries up, I have options where I can put the whole account in with a thumb very quickly. So no worries all around. I'm not too worried about valuations on the premium content options part of it because it creates cash flow, which is the self-healing mechanism of any cash flow account. So nice quick video there. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like on your way out and have an awesome evening. You know, stay after it. Things are going well for me. I hope things are going well for you. And stay after it. If you got time on your hands, go watch the old videos. That's how you learn. Repetition. You can speed up your curve by doing some work. So, thanks again for watching. Catch you in the next one.